Hey there, Facebook friends, triathletes, open water swimmers. It's Mike here. This is a little bit of a replay from one broadcast that I did a couple days ago that got a little glitchy. So I wanted to recap for you, and I don't have much time, so I really am going to be very quick here. So pay attention. I want to tell you about how to get off a plateau. If you hit a plateau and you're swimming, you're just feeling like you're not making any more progress, maybe you're not getting faster, maybe you feel like your technique isn't improving the way you'd like to. So to bounce off my broadcast that got short a couple days ago, we're going to come back to those three key items, and this is how you should structure your training, okay? Because you can't neglect any one of these three key areas of your swimming, and that is first your technique or your form, your physical training, how hard you're working, your ability to build the necessary endurance. If you're an endurance or long distance swimmer or triathlete, your training. So you've got form and technique, you've got training, and then you've got your open water skills. Those are the three key areas that you need to focus on. Okay, you can't neglect those. Now, if you've hit a plateau, a very common thing that I see, and you can see some of our local patrons walking by, a very common thing I see is folks will spend an enormous amount of time really trying to get their technique and their form perfect before they do any kind of training. So the things I might hear is, well, I don't want to do any sort of significant distance because I don't want to ingrain bad habits. You know, I'm not swimming with good form or good technique, so I don't want to do that for a long time, you know. Which, in my opinion, this is the wrong way to go about thinking about it. Okay. Yes, you need to be conscious of swimming with good form and technique, but you can't neglect the fact that, let's say, for example, if you're a triathlete, if your goal is to swim any distance of any kind, 400 meters for sprint triathlon, or 1.2 miles for half Ironman, 2.4 miles for full distance triathlon, you can't ignore the physical fitness required to be able to complete those distances. And yes, as you start training for those longer distances, you will feel like you reach a certain threshold and your form and technique does indeed start to break down. But that is where the physical training is important. Okay, so we need to do training. Okay, so we've talked about technique and form. Now let's talk about training. What do you need to do? Well, if you're a long distance swimmer of any kind, whether it be for 400 meters or longer, you need to do the type of training that is supportive of those distances. So in other words, interval training, yes, but the intervals need to be long. So you need to be doing something like hundreds, 200s meter repeats, or longer, sometimes 500, 800, 1,000 meter repeats or longer, with very, very short rest intervals in between. Okay? If you can swim 50 meters or 100 meters and you take lots and lots of rest in between, you're going to get very, very good at swimming only that distance at a very strong pace. Okay, you never develop the stamina that you need to swim at a strong, consistent pace for long distances, really over 400 or 1,000 meters plus. Okay, so you need to develop the specific type of fitness, and you do that just simply by doing longer repeats with short amount of rest. I'm talking like 20 to 30 seconds at the most. 20 to 30 seconds between 50 meter repeats, way too much rest. It's got to be more like 5 to 10 seconds rest if 50 meters of the pool is all you can cover. Okay, so you need to start working on shrinking that amount of recovery time, okay, to build the endurance. And then lastly, open water. You need to have some open water skills. You cannot neglect the open water. I say this time and time again, do not let your first open water swim be on race day. Get the open water practice in beforehand. Okay, so pardon me, I'm headed down to the other end of the pool. We got our squad session starting. We'll pass some friendly people along the way. But you need to develop the capability to practice sighting. So you need to develop your skill set for sighting, swimming straight in open water. There's no lovely black line along the bottom of the pool, no lane lines to keep you swimming straight. Okay, so you need to practice out in the open water. If you need any help with any of this kind of stuff, feel free to just reach out to me. We could take it so far as just send me a message down below, say yes, I'm in. Let's set up a quick phone call, 15 minutes, no No strings attached. I want to help you develop a plan for your swimming, okay? So a 15-minute phone call, just say, yeah, sure, I'm in down below, or send me a direct message. I'm going to introduce you to some of our folks here. Veteran squad swimmer, Mr. Dave Mueller. Hello. Hey, Christy, say hi.
Hi.
Superstar Christy. Yeah, just did the Cardinal Sprint Triathlon.
Yes.
Training for age group
Nationals.
August. Yeah. All right. That's it, you guys. We'll see you next time. Send me a message below. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Cheers.